Hi everyone. In this video, I will share some tips on growing a healthy and happy plant based on what I've learned by taking care of hundreds of plants in the past 15 years. Let's start with what's most important. For me, it is getting the complete knowledge of the plant that you want to grow. If you don't know what your plant needs and what they don't need, you cannot grow them well. So, get to know everything you can about the plant you want to grow or buy. For example, some plants do well under direct sunlight and some don't. Some plants need watering daily, but some plants need watering only when the soil is completely dry. You need to find out this type of information. Different plants have different needs. Did you know it's easier to grow plants that are native to your region than those imported or non-native plants? How do you think a tropical plant will do in colder climate countries? The humidity, daytime temperature and nighttime temperature of tropical countries are different from most part of the US and all of Europe. Some plants can do well in a variety of climates, but others requires a controlled environment or can only survive in a specific region. Now, it does not mean you cannot grow non-native plants in your area. It's just easier to grow native plants because it takes more effort to grow non-native plants. Secondly, do not keep your plant in a small pot for too long. Plants needs room to grow. Make sure your plant pot is big enough. Otherwise, where will the root go? If the roots cannot move freely, it will affect the growth of the plant. The plant's roots must have space to move. That's why when planting on the ground, we give space between plants. So, roots can grow without any hindrances. In the pot, it is the same. It must not have any limitation for movement. So, pot size does matters. It does affects the growth of the plant. Check regularly if the roots have taken up the pot's space. If yes, it's time to repot the plant into a larger pot. Else, eventually, it will break the pot. If you want to keep the plant in the same pot, take out the plant and trim the roots a little. Remember to cut only the thread roots, not the tap roots. However, when you do this, you are actually retarding the plant's growth. It won't grow big than it should. Many gardeners use this method to control plants' growth. It's really up to you. I like the plant to grow to their fullest potential. Third, you need to provide the right amount of sunlight to the plant. All plants originally grew outdoor, not indoor. They all need sunlight. It is what makes them to stay alive. As I mentioned earlier, different plants requires different amount of light. Some are parasite plants. They thrive well under the shades of other large trees. If you are keeping cultivated parasite plants like these, you cannot put them under direct sunlight. That is why knowing the origin of the plant is very important. Study the region's climate and how it grew there. Then you can figure out what kind of lighting condition you should give the plant. If you notice your plant is bending, becoming thin and trying to move towards the direction of sun, it means it is not getting enough of sunlight. So move the plant so that it can get the sun it needs. But be careful. Know whether it will get sunburn or not. Sometimes the plant may only need more sunlight but not direct sunlight. That's why knowledge of your plant is useful. Don't just buy the plant and place it somewhere and hope it will thrive. If you love your plant, get to know everything about your plant. Fourth is related to plant watering. Many people have the idea that it's okay to just water the plant they like. Water the plant only as needed. Unless it's a swamp plant or water plant, overwatering can kill a plant. How do you know when to water? Stick your pointing finger into the soil about 2 inch deep And if you find the soil slightly dry, then you may water it. When you see the water coming out from the hole in the bottom of the pot, then stop watering. It is always good to have a well-draining potting mix in the pot. In case you overwater, your soil won't become soggy and retain too much of water and make the root to have wet feet and become rotten and cause the plant to die. And then there are types of water. Some plants like calathea and orchids are sensitive to chemicals found in tap water. In this case, you need to use rainwater or spring water. Fifth, don't forget to fertilize your soil. You can't just buy a plant, water it, and expect it to grow. After some time, your plants may have used up all the existing essential nutrients in the soil that helps to build those plant tissues, and the soil or potting mix may not be fertile. Now, when this happens, the plant's growth will slow down and become unhealthy. By fertilizing the soil, you are replenishing the lost nutrients in the soil, which will make the plant to flourish. I stay away from chemical fertilizers. My favorite fertilizers are composted fruit peels like banana peels, vegetables, and eggshells. I also love my rabbit manure. It contains a very high level of nitrogen. Nitrogen is very good for the leafy plants, especially vegetables. So make sure your soil is fertile. 6. Know what type of pests will infect your plants. It's better to be prepared than not. Read and ask around about the pests or insects that may affect your plant. Some of the common plant pests are moth, butterfly larvae, caterpillars, beetle larvae, grasshoppers, crickets, snails, slugs, spider mites, leaf miners, thrips, aphids, scales, mealybugs, whiteflies, and many more. It is very important to know what these pests do and how to get rid of them. When you know this, you will be prepared and will be able to save the plant if infestation happens. Check your plants often and detect any problems with your plant early. In a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is that growing a plant takes a lot of loving effort. It involves knowing everything you can about your plant. You have to take care of your plant like you will take care of your own baby. Only with such intense and utmost care and love, your plant will grow and thrive beautifully. I hope these simple tips inspires you to spend more time learning about your plant and taking care and ensuring your plant grows well and thrive. With that, I end this video for now. Thank you so much for watching everyone. See you soon. Stay safe and goodbye.